So I'm starting to really dig how this is sounding, but now that I've added so much of this shape, I want to make sure that my drums are sturdy. They are foolproof. They do not move. So what I went ahead and did was I duplicated my drum bus and created a track called Drum Crush. Now you can see here on my drum bus, I have this disto plugin that I didn't use, and that's because I needed to mirror this drum crush bus. These two need to be the same for my delay compensation engine to work effectively. So I'm using the same plugins, however, I have one of them bypassed, whereas if I make it inactive, things don't look the same down here. You see there's a difference, and we can't really do the difference here, or you're gonna get into phase issues. So here, let me go ahead, all of my processing is the same on both buses, just because I wanna make sure that everything is affected the same way. As you can see, all of the settings are the same, nothing changed. So let's go ahead and take a listen to what this drum crush bus is doing. So my goal with this track is to have these just crush out everything and really prioritize the drums. So what I did here was this is the disto made by SK Note, and it's a fantastic representation of a legendary compressor that looks just like this, and a legendary harmonic saturator that looks just like this down here. And I love using these. I use these for tracking the actual hardware units. I use them for tracking all the time, and it's awesome that I can now use them in the box when it comes time to mix. They sound pretty true to what they are as well. So I gained up a little bit the signal going to this compression circuit. My attack is set to its slowest, release set to medium, and I have a 10-to-1 ratio. So I'm trying to model the opto sound on one of these Empirical Labs distressors, the hardware unit. So I have my high pass filter engaged, set high pass 2, and also the band pass filter for the detection circuit. So it's not listening to any low frequencies, it's listening to the mid-range at a kind of favored value. And then I also have my dist2 function engaged with a high pass filter and this UK button engaged to give me a little bit of a different quality. My volume, my output is turned down a little bit because this does get very loud very fast. But let's go ahead and listen to what this compression is doing. I turned off the saturation. You can see that the VU meter isn't moving too much, it's not moving too fast, and that's kind of the goal. I just need to tame down some things, just level it out. And then what I want to do is make it warm. So I use this hotitude to give me a little bit of a dirt, and then I use this warmth to remove all of the high frequencies to really make it aggressive. Let's have a listen to what this does. This is set after my compression. These are not parallel, these are in series. So it's giving a really cool flavor, and I like what it's doing. It adds a lot of warmth and body to the signal. Now let's go ahead and have the fun of blending it in parallel with the main drum bus to see how my drums change by adding a parallel crush, harmonic saturation, call it whatever you will, just a parallel destroyed track for my drums. Cool, so I just made some adjustments after I did that. I brought down my snare rooms all by 1 decibel, and I brought up my floor tom by 1 decibel. So that's kind of where my drums are sitting right now. Let's go ahead and have a listen just quickly in the mix. Cool. So that's what I got to do for the drums.